Walking along Via de Amicis, which forms an axis with the Via Francesco Sforza, you cannot help but notice the almost uninterrupted sequence of arches that punctuate the prospects of the palaces and buildings overlooking the two streets. These arches, which now feature bars, restaurants and shops, window displays of furniture and clothing stores, are perhaps the most important evidence of the fervent lifestyle and commercial activities that took place on the banks of the inner Naviglio. In fact, these buildings once housed the so-called Sciostre, the commercial warehouses along the canal, which were used for loading and unloading, for direct sales and for the storage of goods that arrived in Milan from the outer canals of the Paderno and the Martesana, using large ships or bunting ships. The origin of these structures dates back to the 15th century, and their construction was due to the initiatives of the citizens, merchants, and the new Lord of Milan, Francesco Sforza, to accommodate and facilitate the increasing function of the inner Navigli as a port. A series of restructuring of the channel and reduction of the moat on the inner face towards the city was permitted. The area gained after the restructuring procedure was then transformed into a number of large stores, Sciostre, overlooking the Naviglio waters on one side and on the other side the public streets. The location and characteristics of these stores allowed not only for store products intended for sale to be stocked, but also made the transfer of goods from the wagons to the barges and vice versa much easier, easing greatly the procedure of loading and unloading. Not surprisingly, according to some, the term Sciostre derives from a contraction of a stop, with reference to the stop which the ships made to load and unload goods. As would be expected, houses were built in the vicinity of the Sciostre for the custodians of these storehouses. To give you an idea of the importance of trade and commercial spaces along the canal, suffice it to say it can be estimated that about 60% of the banks of the inner Naviglio were occupied by the Sciostre. This area, utilized for storage and preservation of goods, stretched on from Via Renna Conca to the Santo Stefano Pond.